Staying with President Moon's trip to New York, given the tension stemming from North Korea's provocations, President Moon's sit-down with his U.S. and Japanese counterparts, as well as his keynote speech, are set to be the highlights of his visit. Our Hwang Hojun has more on that.
After over a 14-hour flight, South Korea's president arrived in New York City on Monday afternoon local time, where he will attend the 72nd UN General Assembly, long called the Super Bowl of diplomacy, and also meet on the sidelines with heads of state, business leaders, and local Korean residents. This is President Moon's second visit to the U.S. since his inauguration in May. The first was in June for his summit in Washington with President Trump. Soon after his arrival, he met with the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres as his first engagement in New York. The event was followed by a meeting with local Koreans of the states of New York and New Jersey, where he encouraged their continued success. On Tuesday, President Moon is said to meet with Thomas Bach, the president of the International Olympic Committee, who visited Seoul last July, to reconfirm the need for close cooperation between Korea and the IOC to successfully host the upcoming Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. That evening, President Moon will attend an award ceremony hosted by the U.S.-based think tank, the Atlantic Council, to receive the 2017 Global Citizen Award, along with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Chinese pianist Lang Lang. On Wednesday, the South Korean president is set to meet with Korean and U.S. business leaders and investors based in New York, as well as delegates from the Council on Foreign Relations, the Korea Society, and the Asia Society, all groups based in the U.S. He will also attend an event at the Metropolitan Museum of Art to promote the 2017 Pyeongchang Olympic Games. Finally, on Thursday, President Moon will make his debut at the 72nd UN General Assembly, delivering a keynote speech urging international cooperation to further isolate North Korea economically and diplomatically. President Moon will then have a luncheon meeting with his U.S. and Japanese counterparts, Donald Trump and Shinzo Abe, to discuss how to reinforce their trilateral cooperation to deal with Pyongyang's continuous nuclear and missile provocations. While the Blue House has yet to confirm the details, a bilateral summit between President Moon and President Trump is also in the works. President Moon will return to Seoul on Friday. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.